Module overview. Dot. The journey of developing a personal artistic style does not begin with the mastery of tools or techniques. It begins with introspection, historical awareness, and a deep understanding of the self as both an individual and a visual communicator. This module lays the critical foundation for all subsequent exploration. Here, you will undergo an internal excavation of their creative identity by exploring their personal history, cultural upbringing, emotional landscape, aesthetic memory, and creative triggers. Artistic style is not an external mask we wear. It is an external reflection of internal truth. This module challenges artists to look beyond superficial aesthetics and examine the roots of their creative instincts. Through a structured combination of reflective exercises, identity mapping, cultural influence analysis, and psychological evaluation, you will begin to uncover the complex system of experiences and subconscious imprints that shape the way they create. This module draws from a range of disciplines, including psychology, anthropology, creative writing, and visual arts, offering a rich, interdisciplinary perspective on what it means to see like an artist. The core objective is to enable you to become self-aware creators who understand why they make what they make and how those internal motivations influence external artistic decisions.
The concept of artistic identity. Defining artistic identity versus creative ability. The distinction between style, aesthetic, and technique. Authenticity and the artist's psychological fingerprint. The internal landscape. Memory, trauma, joy, and subconscious influence on creative choices. The role of emotion in aesthetic decision-making. Repetitive motifs, what you draw when you're not thinking. Cultural and environmental influence. How culture, community, and heritage shape style. Ancestral artistic memory and visual storytelling traditions. Language, place, and sensory input as aesthetic triggers. Influence and imitation. Identifying early and ongoing influences. The difference between stealing and synthesizing influence mapping as a tool for style discovery. Artistic voice versus visual echo. Avoiding over-identification with mentors, trends, or styles. Recognizing borrowed language versus personal expression. Developing integrity and independence in one's work. Personality and style. Psychological profiles and how they shape creative tendencies, e.g., introversion equals minimalism, extroversion equals boldness. Archetypal imagery and self-symbols in artwork. Your creative shadow, confronting parts of yourself that leak into your work. Creative DNA Journal. Introduction to the Visual Identity Journal practice. Writing prompts and visual journaling to uncover pattern and preference weekly exercises. Draw your mood. Visual memory timeline. Symbol archive. Core learning activities. Artistic autobiography. Writing and sketching out your life story through artistic milestones. Influence mapping board, visually representing your top 10 influences and identifying why they matter. Emotional color chart, documenting your emotional relationship to colors, lines, and shapes. Symbolic language inventory, noting recurring shapes, objects, creatures, or environments in your work. Learning outcomes. By the end of this module, you will be able to articulate the difference between personal style and technical skill, identify emotional and cultural factors that shape their creative instincts, map out their personal and professional influences, recognize recurring motifs, habits, and visual behaviors, begin forming a visual identity journal to track aesthetic development, develop self-awareness around why certain imagery or moods dominate their work. Real-life application. Understanding your artistic identity influences. Portfolio development that's cohesive and reflective of your values. Style consistency across mediums and projects. Branding and personal storytelling in visual presentation. Avoidance of creative burnout from constant reinvention. More meaningful client work or personal projects.